Hi everyone, welcome to my live creative time today. My name's Mandy Witherby from Mandy's Papercraft Creations, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. Welcome to another week of fun crafting. I have got a great card for you today. It's one that anyone can make. It's pretty easy to create. Well, I think it's easy anyway. So I hope that you enjoy that today. But while we are waiting for everybody to find their notifications that I've gone live, let me just bring this up on my other devices so that I can see all of your comments there. Okay, let's get this all set up. Okay, we've got the iPad going and we'll just refresh over on the computer. I'll adjust my lights there a little bit and bring that up over here. Great, good, everything all set up. So as you're jumping on, say hi, let me know that you are here. If this is your first time watching, let me know where you're watching from. We always love to welcome new friends to our channel and to our creative community. So welcome. Now, if you are watching live today, you will see the red live button up the top on the top left-hand corner there. You'll know that I am live if you see that. If you don't see that red live button, then you'll be watching the replay. So thank you all my replay warriors. Thank you for coming back and watching the replay. And thank you to everybody watching over on YouTube as well. I do upload all of my videos over there. So thank you so much for watching over there as well. If you are watching the replay, feel free to leave me a comment if you would like to. That would be great, and I do go back and reply to each one of those. So yeah, be sure to leave me a comment and yeah, share the fun. So you are welcome to craft along with me if you would like to, or you can sit back and relax and just watch what I have to share with you today. If there's anything I can help you with, then please let me know. I'm here to help and serve you, so certainly let me know. Yeah, and feel free to chat along during the live creative time here, and yeah, that would make it so much more fun. I love it when people chat with me, and I feel like I'm then crafting with friends and not crafting alone. So let's talk a little bit about what's been happening. There's been lots going on, and there's lots coming up in Stampin' Up. So it's the last day of September today, the 30th of September 2024. So into a new month tomorrow, October. And then, as I always say, before we know it, Christmas will be here. So hopefully you've all started on your Christmas crafts and your Christmas cards. If you do celebrate Christmas. I'm getting a good stash already, I think. I don't know, I feel like we are doing a bit better this year than the past couple of years, getting those cards done a little bit earlier. We generally make, between myself and my daughter, we generally make about 80 to 85 handmade cards for Christmas. But yes, I will shortly have to do my list, I suppose, for this year so that we know how many we're going to need for this year. But it'll be around about the same, most likely. And we've already started a bit of a stash. So I've got a little stash happening over here, keeping them all aside ready for Christmas. But today we're not doing a Christmas card. I am doing a card with some products from the annual catalogue. So we won't be doing Christmas today because we've, I think last week we did do a Christmas card as well, and I think we've done a few in the last few weeks. So I'm going to do something a bit different today. Now, before I jump into all of that, I always ask you how your weekend was. So if you want to share anything about your weekend, how your weekend was, if you did anything special, or if you did some crafting perhaps, share that with me in the comments. I would love to read about it, and I'd love to chat with you about that. I am trying to think what I did on Saturday. Oh, I know. My husband and I went shopping for new luggage. That's what we did. So my last trip to Queensland a couple of weeks ago to visit my daughter, I have a very big suitcase, and I always stuff it full with lots of clothes that half of I never really wear. But, you know, always good to be prepared, as they say. I like to be prepared and take everything. Anyway, the handle broke. One of the handles broke when I got there. Thankfully, I'd gotten to her place, and one of the handles broke on the suitcase. And then when I got home, my husband went to pick up the suitcase out of the car to lift it out of the boot, and the other handle broke. So we needed a new suitcase, and one of my other suitcases that we have has cracked on the corner as well, because we've got those hard molded plastic ones. So anyway, needless to say, we needed new suitcases. So we went shopping, and there were some sales on, which was awesome. So my husband always likes to look around though and get the best deal on things. So we had to go to a couple of different stores, of course, and yada yada. Anyway, we got new suitcases, so that was good. We got some new packing pods or packing cubes, as people call them, different things, and some new bag tags and things like that. So that was my big adventure on Saturday. Was shopping for luggage. So we are all set now for our next trip, which will be great, which won't be for a little while yet. So yeah, all good. But our daughter will be going away in a couple of months, so she's going to need to use one of the suitcases. So yeah, so we're all set now. So that was that. And then yesterday we had my son and his new wife over for dinner, so that was really lovely, and we got to catch up on all of the news, and we got all of the wedding backstories finally, and all of the honeymoon stories from their trip overseas, and yeah, and the fun things they did while they were over in Vanuatu. So yeah, and it was just a really great catch up. So we had a lovely family time together. And I think just you know, Sundays are usually the day that we do the cleaning and the tidying up and things like that from the week. So did a bit of that. So yeah, and I was doing a little bit more tidying up today, and I put everything away, and then I closed my wardrobe door, and I hear a crash, and one of the crates filled of things had fallen from the highest shelf down onto the floor. So smashed the crate, things everywhere. Amber helped me clean it up, but now I've got to purchase a new crate to be able to repack it. So yeah, I think it must have slid off the shelf. I moved something, and it's obviously pushed it a little bit close to the edge, and then I didn't realize. But anyway, that happened. But sort of like, I don't have time for that today. I'm trying to get ready to go live, but things happen. So yeah, so that was that. But anyway, let's jump into a little bit of Stampin' Up! News. If you want to share anything about your weekend as we're going, feel free to do that. I'd love to hear about it. I did make a card over the weekend as well, which I'm going to be sharing with you today. So so that was great as well. All right, something exciting is coming up next Saturday, or the coming Saturday on the 5th. It is the 5th, isn't it? Yeah, the 5th of October, World Card Making Day, which is really exciting. Now, every year we have World Card Making Day, and it's always the first Saturday of October. Stampin' Up! Is going to be putting on a free event this year. It's going to be a 1-hour event from 2 till 3 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Now, they are running this event in the other markets as well. So in America and Europe, I believe, as well. New Zealand, I think, is participating in ours for the South Pacific. So you will have different times in your different time zones. But if you go to the Stampin' Up! Website, there is an advertisement there on their landing page in the website. So you'll see that there, or the online store. You'll see that there, and you can click on the information there to learn more about it and to register. I do have a QR code if you want to register here in Australia or New Zealand. If you want to register, there's a QR code. I'll hold that up. You can scan that with your mobile device, and you can go through to the registration. It is a free event. You do need to register to attend. And if you do register, but then you can't attend live, you will have the opportunity of watching the replay. I think they've got the replay open for about, can't remember how long they had the replay open for, if it was a few days or a few weeks. I can't remember. But anyway, register. You'll get all of the information there. I don't think it tells us on this one about the replay. No. yeah, but registration is open now. And if you do register, they'll send you an email and they'll give you a list of the products that they're going to be using in the event. So if you probably, what's today? Today's the 30th. Well, I don't know if you placed your order. I think the shipping is back up on time now in South Pacific. I think it's back on track now. You might get the products in time, but if not, that's fine. You can craft along with your own products that you have at home, or you can just sit back and watch. And then if you like the products, then you can go on and order them later on if you'd like to. Hey, Julie, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Great to have you here. So yeah, so look out for that World Card Making Day. I'm going to be watching that with a couple of friends and my team, which I will have online as well. Which reminds me, I have to set up something for that as well for my team. So any of my team who are here watching, remind me if you are attending. We'll set up a chat group. Just remind me I've got to do that. Okay, so that's coming up on Saturday. So make sure you register for that. Now, tomorrow, just double checking over there on my calendar, tomorrow is the 1st of October. And on the 1st of October, Stampin' Up is starting 2 promotions that are going to be running for all of October, and they are both awesome. Now, the first one is 30% off our Kids Collection kits, which is very exciting. So I've got a couple on my list. Have you got some on your list? They're going to be 30% off. Now, that's not including the new scrapbooking kits, okay? They're in a separate line. They're with the memory keeping line. But this is the kits in the kits collection. So your card kits, there's some project kits, there's some kits there for kids as well. You might want to jump in the online store and have a look and see what kits are there so that you are ready for tomorrow. And then I would suggest that you jump onto that quickly if there are kits that you want to get before they sell out, because we have had a few kits that have been selling out and we're waiting for more stock to come in. So just, yeah, go there and have a look, see which kits you like, so that as soon as the sale starts, you can jump on there and grab those kits while they are on special and they're still available. Because if they do go unorderable, we don't really know how long it will be before new supply comes, and it may or may not come before the end of the promotion. We don't know. So this kits collection discount promotion is going to be starting on the 1st of October. It's running right through to the end of October. But as I said, don't wait if there were some that you really, really wanted, because they might sell out, and yeah, we don't know how long before we'll get new stock in. So yeah, be sure to check that one out. So, oh yes, Julie, thank you for reminding me. I forgot to mention my brooch today. I do have strawberry shortcake on my brooch today. This is my cute little strawberry shortcake, and I've got matching strawberry shortcake earrings. Well, they're strawberry earrings, but they go with the set. So isn't she just so adorable? So I think today I might have worn her once before, not on a live though. I think this is the first time I've worn her on a live. But I just love strawberry shortcake. She's so cute. And I really loved strawberry shortcake when I was younger. And I think when strawberry shortcake was a big thing, it was kind of maybe in the 80s. And I was just starting to get out of the kind of doll stage. But my friends' children, kind of who I grew up with, and I used to babysit when I got a bit older and things, they were quite a bit younger than me, and they had strawberry shortcake, so I loved going and playing with them with their strawberry shortcake dolls, but I never actually owned one of my own. But I always liked her. I always thought she was cute, and I love that strawberry smell. My friend's little girl, she had one that you squeeze the tummy, and when you squeeze the tummy, it would blow strawberry air, like it was breathing strawberries, and I'll just never forget that scent. And actually, when I bought this brooch and the matching earrings, I don't know about the earrings, but the brooch definitely came with a strawberry scented sachet in the box with the brooch. So it smells, and even now when I open up the box, it still smells like strawberry shortcake. So love that. It is, thank you, Julie. You like strawberry shortcake too? Yeah, she is super cute. And we love cute things, don't we? Sometimes I feel a bit funny about wearing some of my cutesy brooches, but then I think, I'm a card maker, and a scrapbooker, and we love cute things. Like we love cute stamp sets, and we love, you know, we love cute things. So we love puppies, they're cute too. So I thought, why not wear her? And I bought her because she was cute. So, hey Rose, how are you? Great to have you with us. So yeah, so she's a relatively newer brooch. Yeah, I love my brooch collections. It's lots of fun. All right, now let's talk about, oh, hi Leslie, how are you? Lovely to have you with us too. Great, everyone is jumping in now. That's awesome. So the kits collection, I will just show that again for anyone who is just jumping on. From tomorrow, the 1st of October, we have got up to 30% off our kits collection kits, not including the new scrapbooking kits. So it's the kits collection kits. So be sure to check that one out. The other special that is running is a special starter kit promotion, and this one's a good one. So let me tell you that the starter kit is the best deal in the catalogue because there are so many benefits to getting the starter kit. Now, with this special promotion, see, normally you pay $169 for the starter kit and you can fill it with $235 worth of product of your choice. It's not predetermined. You get to choose what you put in it. But with this special, you get to choose $286 worth of product to put into your starter kit. Plus, and that can be anything, and it can even include the kits that are on special. So if there are any of those kits that are on special that you wanted to purchase, you can also add them to your starter kit and still get the discount on the kits, which is super awesome. And then you could put anything else in the starter kit as well, whether it be from the mini catalog, the annual catalog, the online exclusives, the scrapbooking brochure products, whatever you like that is current, you can put in your starter kit. $286 worth of value. You will only pay $169. Yes, I have it on a sticky note up in front of me. That's why I'm looking over there. So to make sure I tell you the right things, because you know maths is hard. So that is $117 worth of free product. Plus you're going to get free shipping, which on an order normally of $286, you'd be paying about just over $17, $17.15, $17.16 in shipping. So you'll get that as well for free shipping. So that's a total of $134.16 free. Plus Stampin' Up will throw in some catalogs and things like that for you, so you don't need to buy any catalogs. If you want to, you can share those catalogs with your family and friends. If not, that's fine. You just have your own copies, so it's all good. Then you'll get an ongoing 20% discount until at least April next year, which is awesome. Even if you don't spend another cent, you will still be eligible to get that 20% discount up until the end of April next year. So what does that mean? That means that you can have a fantastic discount on your Stampin' Up products for, how many months is that? What are we now? October, November, December, January, February, March, April, 6 months. So there you go. So how cool is that? That's a really great offer. Now, as well as that, if you do purchase the starter kit and you join with me, with my team, you'll become part of our crafting community. And we have lots and lots of fun together in our crafting community. We have a Facebook group, and there's always lots happening in the Facebook group and lots of creative inspiration we share together in there. I have creative challenges for those who want to participate. We have a monthly team gathering where we get together. I share a bit of news, update everyone on everything that's happening. We do some team recognitions, and then we have a crafting time together. Which is really, really fun. As we're crafting, we have great conversation and chats, or you can be as quiet in the background as you want to be. That's okay too. But we do lots and lots of fun things. So if you want more information about this starter kit special and about joining my team, please feel free to get in contact with me. I will put the pathway to all of that in my comments here. So let me grab that now. Sorry, I was just thinking about, got to be careful with the wording these days. So otherwise videos can get taken down and things like that. So I am going to put this here. So let me just grab this. Okay, and copy paste. There we go. So that is in the comments for you. So yeah, so you can go there, navigate to where you want to go, and that will take you to all the different things, all the different places where I pop up, all my different things. And if you want to join with my team, there is also an option in there as well, that you can do that too. So be sure to go there and check that out. And if you've got any questions about joining Stampin' Up, about becoming part of my creative community, or about this starter kit offer, then please feel free to ask me any questions. There's no obligation for asking questions. I like to know everything about everything, so I like to ask a lot of questions. So I'm happy for other people to ask me questions because I totally get that. So yeah, so be sure to ask away. But it is a great time to join in October. It's fantastic, fantastic offer. And who wouldn't want $117 worth of free products and then free shipping as well? I would. All right, now we've also got some catalogs. If you need catalogs, we've got our current mini catalog, which has got a lot of beautiful new products in it. This one just came out on the 4th of September. We've also got our annual catalog, and we're going to be using some products from the annual catalog. We've also got our scrapbooking brochure as well. Let me know if you need copies of any of those. And I would be happy to help you out. All right, now I think that's all the news for the moment. So we might jump on in. Just having a look on my list here. Oh, my newsletter. If you want to stay up to date with all of the happenings in Stampin' Up, the best way to do that is to subscribe to my newsletter. I put a newsletter out every week, or most weeks. Sometimes if I'm away or I'm sick or something, or you know, something's happened in the family or whatever, I might not get one out. But usually every week I will put one out towards the end of the week, usually Thursday, Friday. Sometimes it goes over into the weekend. But I keep you up to date with everything that is going on. If you happen to miss my my live creative times on Monday, I will put the link to the video and my blog and everything in the newsletter as well, so you will never miss out on anything. Plus I put added creative inspiration in there. Sometimes I put tips in there and tricks and all sorts of things. And also too, there are tutorial bundles that are available as well. So if you go to my blog, which is mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com, and click on the subscribe to my newsletter, you will get a pop-up that'll come up. You can either put your details in there, or there is a button over on the right hand side. You can click on that and subscribe to my newsletter. And when you do subscribe, if you are a new subscriber, you will automatically receive a welcome email, and that will contain an exclusive tutorial for you with three tutorials on there that we've designed specifically for my newsletter subscribers. So only those who subscribe to my newsletter get those, and they are using products from this annual catalog. So, and then when we get a new annual catalog, we'll do a new one for next year, etc., etc. So that's all of the news. That's all of the happenings. So if you want any more information about any of that, any of the promotions, if you need a catalog, if you want information about World Card Making Day, which is coming up on Saturday, please feel free to let me know. All right, now I'm going to pop my flyers over there, and I'm going to keep my catalogs out, and we are going to tip the camera down onto the desktop and get started. Feel free to grab a cuppa while I'm transitioning my camera if you don't already have your cuppa ready. Pull out some craft supplies if you want to craft along, or just sit back and relax. All right, here we go. I'm going to cover up the camera while I transition, just so I don't make you all seasick, because there is a little bit of bumping and jiggling that goes on. All right, here we go. Bear with me. And I'll just get this all set up for you. Tighten everything up really tight. You'll hear a bit of squeaking and carrying on while I do that. Okay, let's see now. We have this straight, I think. We'll see. We'll see. Now, I have got a little bit of a delay here, so we have to wait. Oh, I got that pretty straight today. I was going to say I just have to wait for the cameras to catch up and to see how straight I got it, but it's actually not too bad today. So I'll bring these down so you can see them. My keyboard is up there, but you can't see my keyboard today, so I might just leave it there. All right, so any of the products you see today are available in my online store, and you can get to my online store either via my blog, which is mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com, or via my Stampin' Up website, which is just mandywitherby.stampinup.net. One of these days I'll print a new one of these. I keep on, every time I look at it, I think, oh, I've really got to print a new one. Move them over into the middle. Now, if you are shopping with me today, which is the last day of September, this is my current host code, and I do have a special promotion running at the moment for my VIP customers, that if they purchase over $50, they will get a draw into my prize draw, but today is the last day to do that. And you need to use my host code here as well. But from tomorrow, October, I will have a new host code. So if you're shopping with me from tomorrow, then maybe ask me for the host code and I'll give that to you. Yeah, so that's the best way to do it. I will put the new host code in my VIP customer group. If you have shopped with me and you're not yet in my VIP customer group, then please feel free to flick me a message, and I would love to pop you in to the group so that you can keep updated with everything and share in our creative fun that we have over there. All right, now I'm going to show you the card that I made on the weekend, which we're going to be creating the same card today, but we're going to be using different products. So on the weekend, I was playing with the Nests of Winter suite. Mostly with the DSP. I really wanted to do something with the, focusing on the DSP, and I did use the stamp sets and the dies as well, but I didn't use the other things. So I'll show you the card that I created on the weekend using the beautiful Nests of Winter. Now it's on page 30 and 31 of your September to December mini catalog. Sorry, I'm getting my tongue tied here. But I even just love these, and I keep on saying this, that I've been going to case these projects here because they're just so beautiful, but I haven't done it yet. But I need to because they're just such beautiful, beautiful projects. Anyway, I'll show you the card I made on the weekend. Very simple, very easy, but very effective with this beautiful paper. This is the card that I made on the weekend. So, in fact, I was finishing it off today, to be honest. I had designed it on the weekend, but I didn't get it finished, and then I just finished it today. But this is using the beautiful Designer Series paper, and I've used the stamp set as well for the holly here and the sentiment. This ribbon here, this is from a different suite. The ribbon, though, is currently unorderable. It has sold out for the moment, but they are getting some more in. I'm just not sure when it's coming. Where is that now? Where's that ribbon? I forget which suite that ribbon was from. Oh, that one. The ribbon is from the Season of Elegance suite. There it is there, but it's currently not available. So yeah, so that's the card that we are going to make today with different products. So I've done a little insert just with a little bit of the offcuts of the DSP on there. I will stamp a sentiment in there when I'm going to send that to somebody. I tend to stamp my sentiments when I'm going to send them out because it depends on what the occasion is and who I'm sending it to. So really simple card. This one, I'm going to show you how to create it. Really easy. But we're using different products, so it is going to look different. All right, so I'm going to pop the card up here. So I've got that as a visual reference, and I haven't written down the measurements either, so I need to grab that back for the measurements. So what we're going to be using today is, hang on a sec, I've got to grab it. We are using, there's the packet, the Frames and Flowers 12 by 12 designer series paper, and it's in the front here of the annual catalogue. So this time we're looking in the annual catalogue, and I didn't mark the page, but I'll find it pretty quickly because it's near the front here. It's the next page over. Nope, next page over. Nope, next page over. There it is. It was close. So pages 28 and 29 of the annual catalogue. And this is it here, the Frames and Flowers 12 by 12 specialty paper. There is also a stamp set that coordinates beautifully with it, that you can get the stamp set, the Poised Peony stamp set. I do have that one actually. In fact, we didn't pull that one out. I pulled out a different one. I might just grab that just to see if the sentiments in that one will fit in the label that I'm creating on this card. So let me grab this one. It is actually a stamp set that I haven't used yet. I've got my sticker on there. So I had a different one pulled out for the sentiment, but we might see if the sentiments from this one will actually fit in the label that I'm creating. Yeah, because that one might work too. So I need some cards with generic sentiment. I've got plenty of birthday ones at the moment, but I need an either in my thoughts or hello or something like that. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how we go, but we'll pull that one out. Now, let's have a look at these beautiful papers, because these ones are a little bit special. There's designer series paper in there, as well as you've got 2 sheets of ephemera pieces, plus 1 sheet of frame pieces. So let me show you those. Again, the samples in the catalogue are beautiful. All right, so this is... Okay, we've got a bit of a mixture here, and I've got some pulled out already as well that we're going to craft with. So this is one of the ephemera sheets here. So you can see all of these pieces. They're beautiful. They're so beautiful. And I love the colours in them too, but they're all pre-printed and pre-die cut, and all you need to do is pop them out and create a beautiful card with them. So how simple and easy is that? So we're going to use some of those today. So yeah, they're really pretty. And then this is a different one. Again, with different, and we've even got some labels. We've even got some label ones, so you can stamp your sentiment in there or in there. We've got some corner borders, and then we've got all of this greenery. We've got some sort of wreaths and an oval there, so you do some stamping in the middle. We've got some little corner pieces, lots and lots and lots of pieces to create beautiful cards. This is one of the full sheets of designer series paper, so that's really pretty. And on the other side, we've got that beautiful Lost Lagoon paper. And then this is the sheet that's got the frames on it, and also it's got some solid pieces as well, which are kind of like small pieces of designer series paper. So these just sort of pop out as well, so you can just use them as like a small background piece. And then these ones are actual frames, so you can see if I pop that out, you can see how that is going to form a frame. I won't pull it all the way out because I want to store it in the sheet. This one is also a frame. This one's got like a diagonal cutout in the middle. This one's a full background piece. This one's a full background piece. And then this one is kind of a an oval shaped frame. So you can see that there. Aren't they beautiful? Now, we've got a couple of other pieces which I have pulled out. Oops, this one's upside down. Oh, these ones are both upside down now. Whoop. Turn them over the right way around. The other ones are this one, which we're going to be using today, which is really pretty. I love the design on this one. And on the other side of that one, we have a petal pink pattern with a little small floral pattern there. And then we have this one, which is really pretty. And we've got the sort of light grey background there with a bit of texture sort of look to it. And then on the other side of that, we've got the Lost Lagoon with the pretty peacock. So we're going to be using that side of that one and that side of that one, and they're going to be used together. Okay, so we'll move those out of the way. And then for the ribbon, we're going to be using the petal pink ribbon out of the petal pink and white diagonal trim combo. So we're going to use the petal pink out of that, but it actually comes in a combo. So you get a spool of the petal pink and you get a spool of the white as well. And they are beautiful ribbons. And the white is great too, because I love white ribbon, because you can always color the ribbon any color you want. So whenever there's any white ribbons, I always purchase them because, yeah, I love to be able to color them with my Stampin' blends. We're also going to be using some dies, and today we are using the Something Fancy dies. We're going to be using some of these label dies here. And I did have out the Simply Said stamp set. Oops, my little thingy's gotten bumped there. I had the Simply Said stamp set because I liked the Just a Note sentiment. I thought that will fill the label really lovely, because we're going to create the label the same size as this one, and I thought, oh, that'll be a really great size for that. But I forgot about the peony, the Poised Peony. I think I don't know, let's have a quick look. I think the Happy Birthday one would fit, but I really don't need them any more Happy Birthday. Oh yeah, the birthday one will actually fit. That will fit beautifully, but I really don't need any more birthday cards at the moment. Let's have a look at the In My Thoughts. Oh, In My Thoughts will fit, so we might use that one. And then we've got the Hello as well, but the Hello might be a little bit too small. It might not fill the label quite enough for what we want, but it will also fit on that same size label. It just might not fill the space enough, but it will depend on what other elements we put. Oh, we do have a little flower actually. We could do Hello and a little flower perhaps stamped on there. Anyway, we'll have a little play with that. We'll see how we go, because we've got the larger flowers as well. So that's what we are playing with today. So let's get started. We're going to have, I'm going to bring in my trimmer. Got all my cardstock pieces here. We are going to start with a piece of Pretty Peacock. Now this is A4 cardstock, because we do work in A4 metric, work in metric measurements here in Australia. And so our card bases are A4 size card bases. Oh, Amber said, according to the store, the ribbon is currently available, but it's on low inventory. Ah, thank you, Amber. Thank you. I thought it was completely sold out at the moment. Oh, that's good news. So that red ribbon, this one here, is still available. That's the Cherry Cobbler. Yeah, it's just currently low inventory, so there's not much of it at the moment. So if you like that ribbon, jump in and grab it quickly. It is the Cherry Cobbler and Gold 1/4 inch satin ribbon. If you need the code, it's 164028. 164028. So it is still available. Oh, good. Well, that's great. Oh, hey, Vicky, how are you? Lovely to have you with us. All right, so we're going to start by cutting this card. Now this one that I created, I had it opening as a traditional opening style, but for this one, I'm going to have it opening as a, I call it a tent fold. I don't know if it's actually called a tent fold, but top to bottom opening card. All right, so we're going to cut this one at 10.5 centimeters. Okay, and then we're going to score to create our fold. We're going to score this at 14.85, which is halfway between 14.8 and 14.9, and that's exactly half. We're going to use the light scoring blade. I'm going to run that across a few times. I'll move both of my blades right down to the bottom out of the way, and with the mountain fold on the inside, so that is the part that peaks up a little bit. You can feel that bump there, sort of like an embossed line, or embossed line. That's on the inside. I'm going to use the edge here and the edge here to line up my cardstock, and we're going to fold that using the edge there to get that folded nice and straight, because even though we've scored it, sometimes it can move a little bit and sometimes it can still get a bit wonky, but using those edges there just helps to get it lined up nice and straight. Then take your bone folder and burnish that fold line, and that just helps the card to sit down a bit flatter. So that's sitting beautifully flat now. Awesome. Okay, so leave the trimmer out. We're going to bring in our designer series paper. Now I'm going to create a little bit of a border. I didn't write down the measurements of this, but I remember the width, but I just have to remember the length. I think this one was 6 because it overlaps a little bit. Or did I do it at 7? What did I do this one at the end, in the end? Can't remember. So that's 6 down to there. I might go, because I need some space to overlap. Oh, I wish I had have written that down. Just trying to see where that overlaps. Okay, so it overlaps just there. Just trying to feel where my overlap is. It's about there. Yep, okay, so this one is going to be 7 centimeters. 7 centimeters long, so that we've got a bit of an overlap. And then this one was 9. 7 and 9. Okay, so 7 for this one, 9 for this one, and we'll have a little bit to overlap where we're going to put the ribbon. Okay, so we're going to cut, and the width, so wait, let me write this down. I better write this down. Okay, let's write this down. So 7 centimeters by 10.1, and then what did I say the other one was? 9 centimeters by 10.1. Okay. Pop that up there. Okay, so let's start with this one. This is the one that's going to be, hi Glenda, how are you? Lovely to have you with us. So this one, we're going to have the design going across this way, so we need to go 10.1 across this way and 7 centimeters this way. Now normally when I cut, I would do half a sheet of this, and I'd cut it in half. I probably could do that actually with this piece, so that I've got smaller sections to work on. But what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to just cut the section out of there that I need. So I'm going to first of all measure this at, I'll move this over a little bit so you can see. Let's move our card base. I'm going to measure this at 10.1 across. So 10.1 centimeters. Okay, and I'm going to cut down to 7 centimeters on my, my arm here. Now, it's a little bit hard to see, But, and I know that some people do put a piece of white cardstock underneath the arm there to be able to see it a bit easier, but I don't use the measurements on that arm all that often. But we're going to go down to 7. There we go. So we've got our cut down there to 7, and then, oh, sorry, yes, that's right. So 10.1 by 7. Then we're going to turn that around. Actually, I'll go this way. Flip it over and just make sure that I have got this lined up at 7 centimeters now to make sure I get that measurement accurate. And we'll just cut up to that line. There we go. Okay, so that's our first piece. And now we've got the, if you're worried about that, you can just cut it all the way across and then cut your section. Yeah, it's just I was trying to preserve as much of the paper as I can. All right, but you do whichever way is easiest for you. All right, now this one is going to be 10.1 centimeters by 9 centimeters. So we'll do the same again. Go 10.1, 10.1, measure twice, cut once. I'm measuring three or four times here. And 9 centimeters this time. So we're going down a little bit further, down to 9. There we go. I'm going to flip it over and around. Take that back up to 9. And this time we're going down to 10.1, or to where you had the other cut. There we go. I think I just went a little bit too far, but that's okay. Isn't that pretty? Such pretty paper. So these are then going to overlap like this. Okay, so let's just check on the card base if I did that correctly, because the first time I did my first card I actually ended up measuring wrong and I cut it wrong because I didn't measure twice and cut once. Yep, beautiful. Okay, so they're going to layer like that. Now I'm not going to stick them straight down because I want to wrap this ribbon around those layers. So what I'm going to do is, I'll show you actually, I'll show you as I do it. I'm going to take my multi-purpose glue. I'm going to run a bead of glue along this piece that's going to be on the bottom, and I'm just going to go all the way across to the edge there. I'm going to line this up on my card, but I'm not adhering it yet. I'm just lining this up using the card base as a guide to get that nice 2mm border all the way around the edge. And I'm going to do the same with this piece. I've only got the glue on the top, so I'm putting the bottom part down first, lining that up with that 2mm border. Okay, and then I'm just going to line those two pieces up together and adhere them together before I'm actually adhering them to the card base so that I can wrap my ribbon around. Now what I did with my first card is I actually got the measurement a bit wrong and then I trimmed, but because I had them already attached to each other, it was an easy trim job to do. Okay, so those two are adhered together now. Let's just double check. I feel like that just slipped. Or was it the whole thing that just slipped? It was the whole thing that slipped. So that's okay. So I've still got my border there. Good. Okay. So those two pieces are adhered together. They're nice and straight. Okay. We are going to adhere them. We're going to put glue all on the back of those and adhere them properly to the card. But we want to wrap our ribbon first. So that is a very easy card front. Isn't that just so simple? All right, so we're going to wrap our ribbon. Oh, I'm a bit sticky now. And I probably should have done my stamping first, shouldn't I? Because I need to let the ink dry, but that's okay. Normally I do my stamping first, but I've kind of done it a bit backwards today. And I've put my ribbon on the wrong way around. Let's go this way. Hang on a minute. I'm all fingers and... Wait, which way did I just go? That's right. Yes, I'm tying it that side. Never mind me. Okay. All right, so we're going to tie the ribbon this side. It kind of, at this point, it doesn't really matter where you tie the ribbon because we can slide it across the card. Now this ribbon is a little bit thicker than the red ribbon that I used on the other card. So we just want to try and get that nice and lined up. And we're basically going to run the ribbon across those two cardstocks where they meet. But remember, we can slide this around a little bit. So I'm going to take my, my reverse grip tweezers from my Embossing Additions toolkit, and I'm just going to hold that there while I tie the bow. Okay, I don't have that quite long enough. So I'll just pull through a little bit more ribbon. We don't want to pull it too tight because we don't want to bow that cardstock. All right, so we'll just hold that there. We'll tie our bow. I like to keep my ribbon on my spool as much as possible while I'm tying my bows so that I'm not wasting too much ribbon, and I can just then cut off the amount that I need. Okay, so it's kind of going to be something like that. There we go. Make sure we've got that tied nice and tightly, that it's not going to come undone. But we will probably put a glue dot behind it as well. So I'll just trim up the ends. Oops, there we go. Trim up that end, trim up the other end. There we go. Okay. So there's our bow. Now we've got our bow on there. We want to get our bow positioned in the right spot where we want to have it before we adhere this down to our card. But what we're going to need to do is create our label first so that we know where we're going to have our bow situated, because we need to get our label on there. But we've got that ready to go. So don't adhere it to your card yet at this point. We want to wait until we've created our label first. Okay, so you've just got that ready to go. So pop that to the side with our card base, but don't adhere it just yet. All right. Now we are going to, hang on a sec. Just reorganizing everything here because sorry, I need to pull in, got some embellishments there too. We're just going to use rhinestones today. Just moving all of this other paper and designer series paper. Now I think I'm going to use some of, I'll pull out both of these sheets actually, and I'll move these other ones. So we'll have a look and see on our, well actually what we'll do is we'll stamp our sentiment first, and then we'll work out what sized ephemera pieces we've got to work with. Let's do that. Okay, so I've got my dies ready so I can work out what size. We're going to stamp onto white. So I've got some white cardstock. This is basic white. Got our dies ready there. We might stamp a couple of sentiments and then we'll see what we like. I think I'm going to use, I might use the Lost Lagoon to stamp the sentiment. So we're going to do Just a Note from this stamp set, and then we'll do the Thinking, what's the other one? You're in My Thoughts from the other stamp set, and we'll see then which one we like. But then if we've got them both ready to go, then that will be good. Now I'm not sure if I've used this stamp before, so I'm going to, it is very pretty DSP, isn't it, Vicky? Yeah, I agree. I've had it for a little while and I hadn't used it yet. So I'm really excited to use it today. So yeah, if you haven't used your photopolymer stamps before, if they're brand new, just give them a clean, and then it's sometimes good to give them a little bit of a rub on your paper too, just on some scrap paper. That helps to remove any of the manufacturing oils that sometimes sit on that photopolymer and make the ink a little bit hard to adhere to the stamp. Now we're going to be using, second, I've got to remember which size ones. I think it was the two smaller ones. No, it might have been the next two, the two bigger ones. Yep, that one and that one. Okay, so in the dies, it's the two larger frames. Now you could do it with either of any of these ones as well that are in the die set, but I'm going to do it with the same ones that I used before. All right, so I'm going to work out where, might go that way, how much space I need for my die. And I can probably just stamp it straight down into my die there. There we go. Great. All right, so we'll leave a little bit of a space. So that one's going to go to there. So let's leave a little bit of a space. Let's grab the other stamp and we'll do the In My Thoughts. As I said, the best birthday wishes will also fit, but I don't need another birthday card at the moment. Let me grab another block. Reach over there for my block. Has anybody else got this designer series paper? Have you used it? Let me know. So we'll ink up our stamp. We're going to stamp it about there. This time, because my stamp is a little bit wider, I am just going to move that die out of the way. Oh, look, I over inked. See that? See how I got that little smudgy bit? I over inked my stamp. I pressed it a little bit hard, or maybe I rocked it on my ink pad. So I'm just going to have to give that a clean and we'll have to stamp that again. Happens sometimes, but all good. Let's see, we can go this way. Let's try that again. So tap, 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 Mandy, not pushing it into the ink, just tap, tap, tap. There we go. Let's do another one up here. Oh, we want it down near the bottom, don't we? So we'll put it down about there. Just want to make sure that we can get our die around the image. There we go. Beautiful. Good. Okay, so we've got both of those that we can use. Now let's close our ink and we'll give our stamp, or stamps, plural, a clean. Stamp them off on our paper just to make sure we've got them clean and also to help them to dry. There we go. Okie dokes. Now I'm going to cut this out because I'm going to be cutting two separate, oh, hang on a minute. Before I, yep, that's okay. I was thinking, uh-oh, I'm going to be cutting into the other one, but no, all good. And we'll just get rid of that one so that we've got room to put that through the mini machine. Okay. Bring in our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Oh, you have the DSP, Vicky. Awesome. And you have used it. Oh, fantastic. That's really good. I've been dying to use it because it's so pretty. All right, so let's bring in our die. I might just grab a little bit of washi tape to hold that in place because we are die cutting a sentiment and we don't want that to move. I'll grab my my post-it tape today. I've got washi tape and post-it tape. I do find that the washi tape is a bit stickier than the post-it tape, but you also have to be careful sometimes with the washi because sometimes the washi will actually tear your cardstock as you go to remove it. So just have to be careful. Sometimes it's a good idea to dab the washi tape off on your clothes first, just to pick up a little bit of lint from your clothes so that it's not too sticky. All right, so we're going to pop our top clear plate on there. A little bit of popping with the plates, that's quite normal, so don't panic about that. All right, so there's one. Oh, I probably could have put it over that way a little bit, but that's okay. We can fill with embellishments and things there. And we'll do and prepare the other one. Then we can decide which one we do. So this design of card is a really good one if you need to do lots and lots of projects, or maybe you just need a few at a time. This is a nice, quick and easy layout that you can do, or a quick and easy design that you can just whip up quite quickly. Yeah. So I think it's a really good one. It's a simple one. There's not a lot of technique in it, really. Yeah, I think the most technique will be just piecing together, you know, all of the pieces. On this one, I did a bit of colouring with my Stampin' blends, but nothing really fussy or fancy. Just kept it very simple. And there's our Just a Note, which is a really nice sentiment as well. I think the In My Thoughts is a little bit far over to the side, but we'll see if we can fill that out with something. If we end up using that one, we might just go with the Just a Note. We'll see. We've got options now. Okay, I'll save those bits of washi tape. I tore that one. That's okay. Okay, now we're not doing any additional stamping this time, but we do. Oh, I forgot. Hang on a minute. I've got to die cut the other piece, the border piece. Bring that back in again, and for the border we're going to use the Pretty Peacock, which is the same as the card base. So I do have an offcut here of Pretty Peacock, so we're going to use some of that. So I'll just cut a piece for that, and we'll run that through. Oops, I just missed the bin. That piece went on the floor. That's okay. I'll pick that up after, and if I don't pick it up before Callie comes back in, Callie will find it for me. Oh, you did a class with a group of ladies and gave them a card base and let them free to choose from the die cuts to make their own creations. Amazing how different their cards were. Oh, that's fantastic, Vicky. That sounds awesome. Great idea. There we go. Okay. All right, so that's our die cutting done. And our stamping is done. So now we just need to choose which sentiment we want to have. So I'll put them both over to the side, and we'll grab out all of the pieces. And what I can do, I might actually wait till we decide which piece we're going to use, but I'm just going to lay everything on my card just to get an idea of the placement of everything. So I might loosen that ribbon off a little bit. It's pulling on the cardstock a bit. I mean on the DSP a bit. Okay, so that there, and then that one in there. And then that one. And I will pop this one up on Stampin' Dimensionals. So now we're going to fill in around, oh, actually look at that, the bow does fill in that gap there. If I put that there, the bow actually fills in that gap. So that's good, we could go with that one. Now we're going to decide on how to decorate our card. So with this one, I had the bow, no, what do you call that? Garland, the garland going across the top like that. So I kind of wanted the same kind of look, but these ones are a bit bigger. So let's have a look at the other page. But we can do something different too. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. What have we got on this one? So this one, I thought of maybe using this one, but I'm thinking this one's going to be a bit too wide. So let's have a look. Well, we could go on a bit of an angle. If we could get that over, that's pretty. If we can get that over on an angle so that it's not off the card. I think it's going to be a bit too wide though. Let's see if we can move the bow over further to the edge. Because if the bow tails go off the edge of the card, that doesn't matter because you can always tuck them into an envelope. Whereas with paper pieces, you kind of can't really tuck them in to an envelope because they're going to get bent and damaged. So let's pop that in there like that. See if we can get that on a bit of an angle to fit in there. Would look better going right across, wouldn't it? I think it might be a little bit too big. Oh, actually, that might just fit. If we slide that in a little bit closer, I think that's just going to fit because I really like that one. That one's really pretty. There is this one too, the smaller one. Hey, Dimity, how are you? Lovely to have you here. There is this one too. But I love the flowers in this one. There's that one. That one's a little bit more plain, isn't it? We could add, let's see, we could add maybe one of these little floral blooms coming down from that. If we chop the end off, how would that look? No, I still like the other one better, I think. There's also these ones. Maybe do something with that. Have them coming down. Yeah, no, they would definitely have to go that way, I think. Could have that coming down like that. That wouldn't look too bad either. And then we could put some of these little flowers on top. Could make like a whole little floral bouquet, having them all come down. There's so many things you can do with this ephemera. You can just really go to town. Oh, you like the first choice, Vicky? Yeah, I think I do too. I think I prefer it. I'm just trying to show a couple of options as well of using the different pieces because there's so many different things you can do. Something like that as well. You could layer them up a bit. But I kind of do like the first one. I agree with Vicky. Could put a couple of those flowers on there. Oh, I've got another idea. Could even pop these ones up on dimensionals and pop them up down here as well to pop up these layers. That's another good idea. Yeah, I think I like the other one better. There's this little one as well. This little one's a nice one. It's a bit softer. So you could do something with that perhaps. And then you could put some other pieces. They're not probably going to show. Wait, let's put that one. Where'd that other one go that I had out? Oh, I've lost it now. Hang on. All the ones that I'm pulling out, I think I need to put to the side because they're getting lost on that one. And there was another flower somewhere. Anyone see where the flower went? There were two of these. I've lost one. It'll turn up. Actually, there's these ones. There's these ones. Could go in that way, or well, we've got them in two different directions. There's so many different options with these ephemera pieces. I just love them. Could have that coming down there like that. I still like the original one too. And you do have all of these other little leaves as well, but they kind of won't work on this because they're going to be the same color as the background. There are some brighter ones. These ones are brighter. These ones might work. All of the pieces are wanting to fall out now. Maybe have something coming out from behind as well. Where's our first little piece? Yeah, I reckon we can make that one work. Not sure about adding that one as well. That might be a bit too much. Oh, we could maybe have it coming out from up there. All right, let's go with this one. And I think I like this sentiment. And even though it could have been over this way just a tad, I think we can fill that with the ribbon. So let's start to put this together, and we'll pull these back in a minute if we need more pieces. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to use a dry adhesive on this piece just because it's white and I don't want the bumpy glue to sort of show through, which sometimes it does on white. If it's on a background piece, it doesn't matter, or if it's got a bit of texture or design on it, it doesn't matter. But sometimes I find just on the plain white, it can look a little bit bumpy through the cardstock. So there we go. All right, I think that ribbon's going to be in an okay placement, so I think I'm going to go with that. I'm going to pop a glue dot underneath that ribbon to keep that in place. So we'll take your pick tool, and I've got the piercing tool there. I'm just going to grab that glue dot. I'll just get that bow looking a little bit neater. I'm going to pop that under there. So that ribbon is just overlapping those two pieces where they meet. Oops, actually no. Oh, there's the other flower. It just fell off. Told you it would turn up. Sorry, that one just went a little bit low. Just move that up a tad. Let's move that ribbon up a little bit. It's just sitting a little bit low. There, that's better. That's better. Okay, we'll stick that there. Straighten that up on the other side. We could pop another glue dot under there just to hold that ribbon still so it doesn't move around, because we're going to be putting the label over the top. So we won't see that glue dot at all. I love using glue dots for my ribbons. Okay, so that is all good. Okay, and now we can adhere, now we're happy with the ribbon, we can adhere that to our card. So I'm going to get my glue out, and we're just going to glue all of the back of that. Make sure there's plenty of glue surrounding that ribbon as well, so it's going to hold that all down. We don't want it kind of lifting up there. Okay, so we're going to create that little border, that little 2mm border all the way around. 2mm border is usually my preferred border. Sometimes I'll do a 3mm border, but usually I do a 2. There we go. Okay, good. All right, so now I'm sticky. All right, so stick, stick, stick. Okay, so we're going to pop this one up onto some dimensionals. Now I'm using some leftover dimensionals from one of my card kits. These ones in particular are a little bit higher in depth to your standard dimensionals that you buy in the packets. So if you are mixing and matching, just be sure that the dimensionals that you're using from the kits are the same height, because some of them they're different. So just be aware of that if you are mixing and matching. Okay. Julie said, I have to say I'm not a fan of how they've placed the glue dots on the roll. Yeah, I liked the old ones. They were easier to get off the roll rather than them coming out on the strip. They were actually on the roll itself. I have to say I would agree with you there, Julie. But that's why I find I like using the Take a Pick tool, because I find that it's helps me to remove them from the roll. All right, so we're going to put our sentiment around about here. I'm not going to press it down too hard yet because I want to make sure that I can place my ephemera piece on there and have it still fit. So I think we're going to need to go down and in a little bit. Down and in a little bit. So just making sure that we don't stick anything until we are happy with the placement of everything. Yes, that will be great. Okay, so I'm going to stick that there like that now. Okay, we're going to have our little ribbon overlapping our sentiment, and see how that's filling that little bit of a gap there now, which is fantastic. And I am going to pop this up on dimensionals. I want a little bit more of a lift there. So I'll use those dimensionals again. I think I just need one in there. And because these parts here are sort of hanging off the edge, I want to secure them so that they don't get damaged. So we're going to do a double layer right on the end here. I notice the backing on these particular dimensionals are a little bit stickier to remove than the standard ones. Not saying that that's the same for every kit, but just for these particular ones. So we'll do a 2-layer down here as well. Just double check that for the placement. Make sure that those dimensionals are going to hit the right spots. Yep, all good. All right. Okay, so we'll line that up so that we make sure that that's all still going to be sitting on the card. Whoops, we don't want to cover up the sentiment though. I nearly had the sentiment covered up. That wouldn't have been very good. That's got it. Oops, I'm just covering up the eye a little bit. Oh, is that going to cover up? Yep. It's just got to go up a little bit higher. Just trying to get that angle right with the I'm conscious of this being very close to the edge. There we go. I think that's it there. And it's not going off the edge at the top. So we're just within the edge on this side. There we go. All right, and we'll give that a nice press down nice and firmly there. Okay, now if you wanted to, you could add some additional ephemera pieces if you felt that it needed it. Like, I think that that's nice as it is. We could add an extra flower on top of this one down here. And here to lift these up, just to give them a little bit of a oomph. We could do that. You don't have to do that, but I just thought that it might be something nice. So let's have a look. I'll put a dimensional on the back of this and just see. We'll sit it there and see how that looks. Yeah, that's quite cute. That dimensional might be a little bit big for that piece, so I'm just going to trim that down a bit. We do have the mini Stampin' dimensionals as well, but because I'm using dimensionals that are from a kit, they are a different depth, as I said, to our usual dimensionals. So I'm just trimming down the ones that are from that same packet. So you might need to, depending on the shape of the flowers, you might just need to maneuver them around a little bit. I'm actually second guessing popping them up because you know what, if I do that, it's bringing them into focus and they're actually in line. And I'm now thinking that it might not look as good as I first thought. So I might just leave them flat on the DSP and let this be the focus up here. So you can certainly add additional pieces. You can fiddle around with these and see if you want to add any extra pieces. You can tuck them in. I have already put the dimensionals on the back here, of course. So you'd have to just, you can trim them down, or, well, that one might look nice up in the corner there actually. You can trim them down to slide them under. Bit hard to tell with that one. That's a bit too same with that, isn't it? This one was the other one I really liked. I need to trim that down to slip that in underneath there. This one's quite cute though. That one might look nice in there. What do you think? What do you all think? We need to add some bling, of course, and I do have my rhinestones. So should I add this extra piece or should I just leave it as is? Or should I add an extra something else? That one? Well, that doesn't look too bad. These other leaves I think are a little bit too big. Less is more, Vicky. Yep. Dimity says leave it as well. Yep. Yeah, I know. Sometimes less is more, isn't it? Because sometimes we go too overboard and then we regret it in the end and think, oh no, why did I not stop? All right, let's add some bling. I've got just some rhinestone basic jewels today. I'll just use up what is in this other packet first, however. Use our chopped up packets first. Let's put a couple, oops, we'll put a couple up here perhaps. Got a little one here, little teeny tiny one. Oh. Might use this other big one to pop in here and fill a bit of space in here. Put it up near there. There we go. You can add extras. You can add a couple down here as well if you wanted to. So when you're using embellishments, it's always a good idea to use an uneven number. So 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. And that way you keep the balance of your project. Uneven numbers are more aesthetically pleasing to the eye, apparently, as they say. So yeah, so there you go. So that's it, that's done. Isn't that pretty? So beautiful and so easy to create. So there you go. So that is our card for today, and that's the original one. Hang on, let me just move all these ephemera pieces off my desk. There we go. So there's the original one. That's the same design in the different papers. You can use whatever papers you have, whether or not they're current papers or retired papers. Instead of this ephemera piece, you can just use a stamped image, maybe a floral design of some sort. Any sentiment stamp that fits on whatever labels. You can change these labels up and use circles or squares or whatever label dies or punches you have. So yeah, so have a play around. I would love to see what you create if you have a go with this design. I would love to see it. So certainly feel free to send me a message or an email with your beautiful projects, and I would love to see how you have created yours. Now I haven't done the insert yet for this one, but I will do that afterwards. And I might use one of those other ephemera pieces that I pulled out to maybe just put on the corner of the white piece. I'll have a white piece inside, and I might just use one of these other little ephemera pieces. but I will do that afterwards because that just takes up more time. So there you go. You love the green with the apricot one. This is your favorite one, Rose? Yeah, the petal pink color is really pretty, isn't it? It goes so well with the greens. And I love the combination of the Lost Lagoon with the pretty peacock as well. Just is really gorgeous. And I think a generic sentiment like this is great because you can send that for any reason, any occasion. So there you go. Oh, thank you, everyone. I'm so glad that you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for your lovely comments. And it was really lovely to be crafting with you today. So I hope that you have gained a little bit of inspiration. So let me just flick the camera back up. Remember, we've got those promotions starting tomorrow. Before I flick the camera up, I'll just remind you, we've got the up to 30% off the kits collection promo tomorrow. So be sure to check that out and grab your kits while they are discounted. So that is the kits from the kits collection, not including those scrapbooking kits from the new scrapbooking brochure. Oh, thank you, Leslie. I'm glad that you liked that. Thank you. And we've also got our starter kit special tomorrow, where you will get to choose $286 worth of products and only pay $169. So that is $117 of free products, plus you'll get free shipping on that starter kit order, and then you'll get an ongoing 20% discount till at least the end of April. So there you go. So remember those great offers that are coming up from the 1st of October. All right, I'm going to flip the camera back up. Bear with me. I will quickly do that. I always like to do that so I can say goodbye to you properly face to face. It's the polite way to do it, isn't it? Here we go. Little transition here, a little flippity flip. Okie dokie. There we go. Oh, up in the sky again. Alrighty, so I'm glad you enjoyed that project. Very simple, quick and easy one to create. As I said, you can use any paper that you have, any stamp set, any label, dies or punches. It's just a really great one. And if you need to knock out a whole heap of cards in a hurry, oh, I've got my camera so crooked. It's a really good design. It's a really good go-to design. So, and also too, if you need to use up your designer series papers, this is a great one to use up your beautiful designer series papers as well. Because we all love our papers, but we all love getting new papers too. And I know that some of us don't like to get new papers when we've still got a lot of papers already in our stash. So there you go. Here's an up close look at it, and the blingy bling bling on there with those rhinestones. I love rhinestones. They're my go-to embellishment. All right, well, I hope you all have a great week. I hope you get some crafting squeezed in there somewhere in your week. And as I said, if you create one of these cards, I would love to see it. Feel free to share that with me. That would be awesome. Oh, thank you, Leslie. Thanks, Timothy. Thanks, Rose. Thanks, Vicky. Thanks, Julie. Great. It was lovely to spend some time with you all this afternoon. So have a great week, as I said. If there's anything I can help you with or you have any questions, feel free to get in contact with me. And I look forward to seeing you all again next Monday at 4 p.m. Now, next Monday, it's going to be Australian Eastern Daylight Time because our daylight savings are starting on Sunday. So we will be Australian Eastern Daylight Time from next Monday. So 4 p.m. I look forward to seeing you then. Have a great week, everyone. Happy crafting. Bye.